Hello again, everyone. I know it's been a very, very long time since I've done one of these. It's actually been about 5 or 6 weeks or so, and the last time I did do one of these, I was talking about how I would have loads and loads of time once the internet came along and the smartphone came along, and of course they did come along and it was great. And once all that stuff was set up, I then found that I had even less time because, I suddenly became part of Club Korea. People started communicating with me, and I started finding lots of new and wonderful activities to attend. One of these, which is absolutely fantastic, is the Run Club, which I think I've mentioned before in one of the previous videos. It's fantastic. I mean, we meet every week now, and it's very regular. And the last time I posted, I was just about to go to this Halloween run, which is this over here. I don't know if you can see, Freak or Treat. I've just been out for a run, and it was great. It was a good run. It was a little bit too expensive, granted, but it was a good opportunity to meet some different people, and that was it was interesting. I ended up. I thought I was doing really well. I had to start late because I lost my bag, which was a bit of a problem. Anyway, I found the bag, and then we started the run late. I tried to catch up, and I think I did surprisingly well. I think I got, there were not many people at the finish line when I got there, but the funny thing was that there were lots of people running in costumes, and this girl, there was this girl running in a donkey suit, and it doesn't really matter how well you're doing in a run. When a donkey comes up next to you and is kind of galloping away with a fake hind, it sort of makes you realise that there are some really, really amazing athletes in the world who are really streaks ahead of you. And I managed to beat the donkey, but which sounds awful, but it was tough. It was tough. This girl was really good, and it made me realise that she was actually a better runner in a donkey costume than I was without a donkey costume. So that was amusing, and it made for an interesting event. And the after party was amazing, and some of the pictures that I posted up a few days ago have pictures of the after party there. The folks were great. We went to Hongdae Playground, which is a place that I love going to, still love going to, and there were Frankensteins and zombies. We had an invisible man done up in toilet roll, and the suit and all the rest of it. And we just had a great night. We were up until the early hours of the morning, meeting different people in their various Halloween garbs, that was fun. We also met a dance group who were amazing, and they were doing this. They had this big long set they were dancing for about an hour in what was getting to be quite cold weather. It's very cold now. It's -6 out today, I think. Fortunately, my apartment is quite toasty, so I don't really feel that. But and I go out dressed in so many layers that I'm oblivious to cold weather. People do make fun of me though, because we've got Canadians who go out in kind of, a jumper, and I'm there done up like an Eskimo. Anyway, we saw these dancers, and we ended up making friends. Juliana, who I've mentioned in a previous video, although I said that she was just a wee pint size, I don't know, freak of nature, but actually she's wonderful, and I know she was maybe a little bit sad that I'd kind of just labelled her as, a short ass and left it at that. Juliana's wonderful, and I'm sure she'll be watching this later. She's been helping me out a lot with my Korean studies, which I must admit have not been going particularly well. More on that later. We were watching this dance group, and Juliana went mental, and she eventually got a t-shirt for being best audience member. And eventually we became friends with these dance people. We went to go and watch them rehearse a few weeks back, and now we see them every week. They're great folk, and that's another thing that's now going on, is that we have dance group every Saturday, which is great. It's nice. So and I'm terrible, of course, but we'll see what happens with that. It's early days. So yes, anyway, so I've got the internet and the smartphones, so time filled up, and a lot of boring stuff as well. I had to do an extra medical check for the school because the government weren't absolutely 100% sure that I was drug free, which was, well, funny. But didn't do anything wrong. Really was drug free. But they decided to double check. Maybe they saw me with long hair on Facebook and just thought they'd double check. And there's been a lot of running around and whatever. There's also been a lot of me trying to get to grips with Korean, which is tough, and sometimes it's hard when there's not enough time. I do often find that I'm feeling very, very tired, and I'm trying to sleep more than 8 hours now so that I can kind of compensate for the amount of energy I've got to spend running around during the day. But it's not easy finding the sleep hours, and sometimes you end up being a bit of a zombie, which is not the most it's not really conducive to learning a very difficult language. But I've learnt a little bit, and I've got some very good teachers now. Some of my friends are very good at teaching me, so that's good. Of course, as I mentioned previously, spent a lot of time running. I'm now running just over 20 miles a week. I think I'm now up to a marathon a week. Just about. No, that's wrong. I'm about 23 miles. So I'm about 3.5 miles short of a marathon every week. And we've also got capoeira class, which I'm starting again, not this week, but next week. We can do capoeira for free every Sunday, which is fantastic. And there's this Jamaican guy called Zumbi, who's brilliant, and he's introduced us to the sport, and we've all realised, or a few of us have realised, that we really enjoy doing it. So we're going to try and kind of cross train, doing capoeira alongside running to kind of boost our game. And so that's pretty much everything. It's working from Tuesday to Saturday on the late shift. Saturday night is dancing. Sunday night is Sunday is running in the morning, and now capoeira as well. Then we tend to go for dinner and lunch and whatever, and just enjoy the rest of our Sunday. Mondays may or may not soon be working. I might have to do some voluntary work in order to improve my work situation later on. So Mondays are looking to be quite busy, and then of course it's Tuesday again and back to work. But fortunately I've got the mornings off, which means that I got a lot of time to run, but not a hell of a lot of time for much else if I want to get the mileage. So it's difficult really. I've realised, actually I don't really have time to make this video today. I've just realised that never do have time, and therefore I've got to start sort of making time, as it were. But I'm going to have to bugger off pretty soon, actually. It's 12 o'clock, I work in an hour, I need to shower and have lunch. So, yes, what else? Christmas is here. That came as something of a shock. I've been trying to go around Seoul finding presents and whatever, but it looks like Christmas prezzies are going to be very, very late this year. So, to my wonderful family, whoops, I'm sorry. Yeah, we might have a Christmas party coming up with the kids at school. So I will hopefully be able to post something up later on and let you know how that went. And I'll try and take a few more pictures. But really, over the past 6 weeks or so, there's some of it's been very interesting, but a lot of it's been quite uneventful and has really marked a transition between the excitement of landing in a foreign country and just settling in and finding the places to buy pots and pans, figuring out a few recipes that are relatively healthy and cost effective, things like that, which is all part of the game, really. Anyway, things are coming on, and the winter, even though it's getting very cold now, it doesn't seem to be as bad as I thought it might. We'll wait for January to roll on to see how bad things really get, because January is the worst one. But so far, at least, I'm happy to say that I'm not really suffering a great deal. People make fun of me a lot, but I'm not really in a particularly bad state. So I suppose we'll wrap up there, and yeah, I think I'll try and post some shorter videos in future, so that it's a bit more manageable time-wise, because sitting down here for 20 minutes or whatever is not always particularly convenient, I must admit. But it's nice to keep in touch with people, and it's always nice once I finally manage to do it. So anyway, yes, goodbye everyone, take care. If I don't speak to you beforehand, although I might, have a wonderful Christmas, and I guess perhaps the next post will be either just before Christmas or in the new year. Okay, bye.